management pack. This slide unfortunately looks a bit dry, but probably, well, I mean, all these management packs are great, but I think this should be an absolute must-have management pack in everyone's environment. This was promoted by Kevin Green as well. I think actually, before I go into the detail, just one thing to note here, which is great, is it's from Nathan Gow, who I think is a Premier Field
Yeah,
engineer
he's a
or
PFE.
works for Microsoft in some capacity. But just look at the date there in the update. This is May this year, so this is, I get, like the others are relatively new packs. This is not just sort of old stuff that's been around forever. This is all stuff that's coming to the SCOM community fresh. There's still lots going on. There's still lots of activity, and there's actually some really, really kind of great stuff coming out of the community now. So this is something that's just come out sort of a few months ago, and is well worth going to. So that blog there introduces it and pretty much says everything you need to know about it. Nathan's blog in general is an awesome resource. So bookmark that blog. And I've just pulled out a couple of quotes where Nathan introduces this this pack. Essentially, it's bundles together lots of different rules and monitors for general sort of broad sort of security monitoring in your environment. And I think it was inspired by Nathan going to some sort of specialist security session where they kind of talked about all of these things that are happening, and this sort of realization that actually attacks aren't typically sort of instantaneous. It's not, you're attacked, one day there's some breach, and then there's the exploit that sort of same day. Typically, there's this sort of breadcrumb of evidence that actually, you have some vulnerabilities, and you have been attacked in some way. So the sort of top quote there, it was noted that an attacker is in an organization on average for about 250 days before they are found. So it's not just this grab and run, sort of smash and run. It's actually, once you do have a vulnerability, once you do have someone sort of inside your organization, then potentially they're exploiting that for some long time or building up an exploit. So his point is that actually there's typically evidence that something is happening, something is amiss, and you really want to sort of focus on kind of collecting and monitoring all those different sort of points of evidence. And the sort of second point he makes is often what happens is organizations as a whole go out and spend a large amount of money. The security team get a big budget. They go out and they get a tool like Splunk or OMS. They spend a lot of time with it. They collect a huge amount of data, and then they're not actually sure what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So they're collecting every single event log. Great, we've got every single event log from every server, so we should know what's going on. But what are we looking for in those event logs? And can you actually collect everything you need to from those event logs? So what he's done is, I think, I don't know where he's got all the sort of sources from, but he's taken a really, really broad array. And I've just put just a dozen or so on the slide here. But there's probably about, I don't know, sort of a few dozen different issues that he monitors for, sort of evidence that he monitors for, particular services starting to run, kind of changes in your system and so on. And he's put that all into one pack. Absolutely kind of awesome. I think kind of without a doubt, kind of put this pack in your environment, there will be many people who are sort of interested in the results, and certainly sort of show it to your security team. Some of them just, even that top one is a great one, and Kevin Green just focused on that one, which is monitor changes to your domain admin groups and the other kind of key groups. They do not change very often. They should not change very often. So absolutely, your domain admins should get an alert as soon as a change is made to any one of those groups, and so on. So there's a few others, kind of check whether sort of local admin groups on servers have been modified, failed RDP attempts, and so on. So all really, really good stuff. Also, interestingly, as well as making all of these rules, which there are a large number of, configurable through the management pack, he's also made them configurable through GPOs. So recognizing that actually, the Active Directory, your domain administrators are not necessarily highly engaged with SCOM. They're probably not going to be tuning overrides, but they do control the GPOs. So, for example, if they want to add other groups to be monitored and check changes to other security groups, they can just enable those through GPO, and they don't have to override that in SCOM. So I think that seems pretty intuitive, a really good sort of user experience as well. He sort of really thought through how this pack is going to be used, not just sort of bundled all this stuff together and sort of thrown it out there. So an absolutely top pack. I'd recommend it. We haven't kind of used and looked kind of closely at it ourselves, but certainly just on the description of what Nathan said and sort of kind of Kevin's introduction to it, I think this should be a pack that a lot of people should be interested in.
Yeah, I think he said in the blog post, like, he spent over a year building this pack, and like talks with like 10 or 11 different security experts as well. So it's not just sort of his opinion on this. This is actually a real community effort to pull this together. So
Yep.
yeah, I think it's amazing.
So top pack there. Hopefully we'll maybe get a dashboard pack together on top of this as well, so that once you've got that pack in, you can sort of surface this this data, you know, again, an engaging way that you can kind of show to your security team or to your IT management and kind of get them engaged with these details.
Great.